Hi, BiFFs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red flag,
Cheers to you.
desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Exert
you.
power.
Love you like I
Or
love
more
you.
wine.
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised.
This
is ill-advised. Hey, BiFFs.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do, even though someone else already has.
And it's probably your mother.
It should be your therapist. Shoop.
Go to therapy.
All right. Happily. Welcome to episode 20.
Welcome.
More milestones.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Ray. We're the BiFFs.
We're the podcasting BiFFs,
We're BiFFs the podcast.
amongst other things.
And if you don't like it, I'm letting you finish this because I'm the mean one.
I know. I was trying to think of something not.
You
me.
can go.
Listen to someone else.
That's right. It's
Okay.
not what I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
You can go fuck yourself.
I figured.
Well, if they
wanted
don't
you to
like
say
that
it.
we're here, then why are they here?
They're not.
That's right. They can go fuck themselves.
I'll allow it.
Oh, yay. Guys, we have a surprise for you.
20.
20?
Episode 20.
Oh, I was like, are we talking about the years of the bottle of wine that we have on the table?
Goddamn it.
Because we have 2 bottles of wine, 2021, both of them. This is the taste test that we promised you between the Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc
Mm.
and the Whitehaven Sauvignon Blanc
That we really loved.
that we really
that we
loved.
compared to
I
the Oyster
really
Bay.
loved it.
Oyster Bay is my jam.
And I had it again like 3 days after. So I really enjoyed it. I don't know. Can you hear this?
Yes. He just shoved his finger inside of his
My hat.
hat.
Yes. There was something going on up there.
He
It's
was
interesting.
picking a brain wedgie.
That's right.
That's what it looked like.
All that breggy.
You know when you use one finger to scoop your thong out of your ass?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I recently bought a thong?
I don't know. Refresh my memory.
It was not on purpose. It was not. I ordered underwear from my favorite underwear company, underwear brand, my makers in Australia. Shout out to Aussie Bum, like they care. And there was like a surprise pack.
I've seen you in them. They care.
They fucking care, right?
In the
So-
best way, I mean.
So,
Like, we need to put him on the cover.
No.
In these
No.
books. Yes.
No.
Instagram will agree with me.
no.
Yeah.
But I ordered these mystery packs. They had the trunks, the briefs, and the jock straps. So I ordered a mystery pack of each of them because they were like, I don't know, 15 to 20 bucks. And usually that's like each pair of underwear.
Right.
So I was like, all right. So I got 3 mystery packs. I got 3 pairs of trunks, very comfortable. 3 pairs of briefs, very comfortable. And then I have these 3 jocks, and one of them is actually a thong. And I
Very
remember just
comfortable.
being like, I would never,
So not
ever
comfortable.
fucking, like, I don't even wear my jocks really for entertainment.
Right.
I use them like more at the gym, but I was like, I can't wear a thong. I can't do it.
Do you have a newfound appreciation for us, women's?
I
and
mean-
us in those that wear thongs?
No,
Because
because you choose to
you
suffer.
think we're a little bit dumb.
You know, you're just choosing to suffer. That's all. I did try it on, and I was like, no. Why isn't this just sitting on top?
It doesn't ever stay there.
Why does this bitch is so intrusive? Like I
And
tried
then you
to.
gotta take the one finger and slide down to get to the boop,
No,
scoop it up.
I'm so glad they weren't white. Because you know I love white underwear.
Well, maybe you need to clean a little better.
think-
Invest in some wet
No,
wipes.
no, I'm not what's in question here. I just leave me and my wet wipes alone. All right. So as I mentioned, we have 2 Sauvignon Blancs, Whitehaven, and Oyster Bay.
Yes, we're doing a blind taste test. And along with that,
Go
the
on, Beth.
person who gets drinks correct
Mhm.
gets to ask the other person any question they would
You've been
like.
sitting on this your entire life.
No, I literally just thought of it.
But I'm talking about the question you're going to ask me.
No, my brain's jumbling.
Is it scrambling?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is great. All right. So winner takes all?
Yeah. All one question.
All one question? Okay. Do you want to go first? Like, do you want to taste first or do you want to deal the tasting?
Well, both.
How do we not make this sexual?
Yeah, deal the tasting.
Taste deals.
Taste this deal.
Yeah. All right. Here's yours. Here's mine. You know which one you gave me, right?
Yeah.
All right. Guys, moment of truth.
Are we supposed to do both?
Not at the same time.
Yeah, but like taste.
Well, we taste one, then we put it down, and we taste the other one after. Do you want to just swap them now? Here. Don't mess up which hand they're in. It's the only way I know. Okay. 4-way cheers? Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Go for it, Beth. Mm-hmm.
Super good. We didn't bring anything to clean our palate.
No, I'm going to have to lick the table.
It's definitely not going to clean your palate.
But it might clean the table.
I can see last week's rings on it. I think I missed a spot. Okay.
All right, next one. Wait, should we? No, who cares? Just do it. Oh.
Oyster Bay.
Oh, you're dealing your guesses already?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I don't know which one to try.
He's drinking still.
I know, I just realized it was still so silent.
It was.
I'll probably leave it in. Okay, you got your guesses?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
Oyster Bay.
Okay, and the other one's Whitehaven?
What's
your guess? Right. Hello. Hi. I told you I'm only book smart. I'm torn, but I'm gonna say Oyster Bay. Not Oyster Bay.
He's wrong.
I'm wrong?
You're wrong.
Really?
Really?
Then I loved this one way better.
That's really funny.
That's so funny.
I love this one really better.
Because
Oyster
that's
Bay.
Oyster Bay. Oh my God. That's funny shit.
We're back.
Yep. All right.
That is wicked funny.
Yeah.
So, trade?
Yeah, which one did I hate? Here, take it.
I don't even really
take your Oyster Bay. I tasted a huge difference between them. I didn't expect it.
I did too, and obviously liked the Oyster Bay.
I thought the Oyster Bay was more like bitter.
See, I wonder. No, because we both tried the Oyster Bay first. We're switching back again.
Yep. Here we go. Which one did you just?
This is the Whitehaven, and that's
no. This is the Whitehaven.
I know. I took mine back. This is my oyster. This is the Whitehaven.
This is my oyster.
That's hysterical.
And they're sitting on the right sides of the table.
Oh, yep.
Your Oyster Bay on your side, my Whitehaven on my side.
That's really, really funny.
That's hilarious and probably the best thing ever.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Actually, we should have expected this, to be honest.
Yeah, because you did love, although I really liked the Whitehaven also.
I don't think I'm going to ever drink Oyster Bay ever again.
I don't think I'm going to enjoy Whitehaven as much as I did the first time ever again.
Oh, that was fun.
That was really, I wasn't expecting it.
And you know what I was expecting? For that to be more exciting than it actually was.
I definitely was not expecting you to get it wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Especially because you had
the one I liked the
twice.
most, it felt like, I don't know, it felt familiar to me. You know what I mean? And the Oyster Bay, how many years have we been drinking it? Like,
Well,
you know what I
thoughts?
mean? So I was like, that felt like more familiar. And I don't remember the Oyster Bay being as bitter.
Yeah, see, for me, it's not.
Yeah,
It
well,
went down smooth, and then I tried the Whitehaven, and it was like,
that's how I feel about the Oyster Bay. Although we should have
that's
cleansed our
really good.
palates in between them because then we'd really know the difference between them.
I, yeah, I agree. However, we both had the same response to the opposite wine. So,
That's true.
and we also tried the same
Oyster
wine.
Bay first, versus,
Mhm.
right? Well, guys, there you have it. This is our episode for the week.
So, Biff,
I tried.
should we? I'll let you
I
finish that
tried.
glass
I tried
first.
so hard.
I'll let you finish your
I
drink.
tried so hard.
Matter of fact, I might just read a question first and then
No,
ask
I'm
you.
ready. You no more thinking, you
I'm not
bitch.
ready.
I'm ready.
I gotta make it count.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
Putting pressure on me is gonna make it worse.
Okay, let's go ahead and read the first question then. This is so fucking good.
That's how I feel about my Oyster Bay.
Okay, what do you got?
So in lieu of Gay Pride Month, June,
Is Lou the right word?
that was my second question. In light of,
In light of.
what does lieu mean?
In lieu.
Google it.
Now I can't think. Hold on. No, I know the answer to this. Didn't. Fuck. When you make me think.
What can I say except you're
In lieu.
welcome?
Oh, right. Instead. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't put the word to instead.
I didn't know that in lieu
Yeah,
meant
it's
instead.
like in contrast or the opposite.
Oh, so in light of Gay Pride Month.
Sure. But Gay Pride Month is an annual occurrence instead of an event. And I think you use in light of the events that occurred 20 minutes ago. Although, however, in light of Stonewall, however many years ago, 6 decades ago. So
What? In light of Gay Pride Month, we're reading a gay
sure, we'll go with
person.
it. We're
What's
reading a
the
gay
right-
person. We're looking up and down, and those shoes do not go. Honey,
what's
that
the
wrist
correct
isn't
term
broken.
then?
In honor of Gay Pride Month? Or to commemorate? Guys, this is our
To
first.
commemorate?
Yeah.
It's not like that serious.
What we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. You fucking dick.
We're gonna have one gay listener, and it's you. No, I was not talking about Gay Pride
Gotcha.
Month.
Yeah. I was like getting ready to throw something at you.
Jeez, you gays get so offended. I'm just kidding.
Panties in a bunch. You get that finger and you fucking swipe that thong.
You need to scoop that thing
thong
out.
swipe.
Thong swipe.
So, yeah, I would just say like, because it's Gay Pride Month.
That doesn't sound as fun.
It doesn't sound as like professional and cleaned up and proper.
Right. All right, so we're doing gay
In
columns.
recognition of Gay Pride Month. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah, we're doing gay columns. Lines of cocaine.
I wish Johnny Depp was here. You would do lines of cocaine with Johnny Depp.
I don't know.
I think that might be my question.
Yeah. What'd you do? Was it?
I think it's gonna be my question.
Would you do lines with Johnny Depp? I'd like rehearse with him.
Although, yeah, you don't love him as much as I love him. I was surprised to hear it.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised to tell you.
That's good.
So where are we going this week?
I like this question first. We will do this question. This is sbearbergman.com. Ask Bear.
Ask Bear.
Ask him a question. Okay, so I forgot to. Oh yeah, this is a pretty hefty response.
Same girl.
But I think in light of you being gay.
Instead of me being gay. Or no,
In
in
lieu
light. Fuck this. In light of my homosexuality.
that you also we'll just skip some of his response and you can be the professional gay responder.
Oh my God.
Okay, so ready?
Yes.
I'm not, excuse me. I need another Oyster Bay.
Chug, 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 chug. Bay, bay, bay.
Bay. Okay. Am I gay? Or is this crush I have just a fluke?
Suck that. Gay. Next.
Dear bear. I almost said beer. Dear beer. Dear bear. Dear bear.
Derber. It's Birkin.
God damn it. There's a person I like who likes me back, who I would like to get into something with. The problem is that they're not my usual kind of person at all, by which I mean I have pretty much only ever liked girls, and he's a guy, so that's new. I have basically zero idea how to handle any of this. I don't really feel gay. How does gay feel? In quotes.
It feels like
I mean, in parentheses.
someone put Skittles.
I don't really feel gay. I don't really feel gay. How does
like
gay
Skittles.
feel?
It's like Skittles melted in a saute pan.
Taste the rainbow.
That's right.
I still not. That's debatable.
What do you mean?
I've had a backdoor entrance that did not taste or feel like Skittles in a fucking saute pan.
That's not gay. Your experience is not inherently gay.
Okay, but men.
That's just, wrong hole.
Right.
Sorry, Pops.
Yeah, please don't.
Episode 20's name is
advisory.
Please Don't Listen, Pops.
And by parental advisory, we mean our specific parents.
Yes.
Oh, anyways, my experience didn't feel like Skittles in a saute pan.
But that's not what gay feels like. So keep going.
just butt sex.
It doesn't feel like just butt sex.
Okay, I don't feel gay. How does gay feel? I still notice girls. I have no idea how the sex would possibly work, and I haven't had any gay experiences. So what if I'm terrible at it? But I feel a lot of things for him, and one of them is very definitely in my pants. Here's my question, I guess. Would it be awful of me to date him / sleep with him / hang out with him, but just kind of not talk about it until I'm sure this is really a thing? I just kind of don't want to do the whole dramatic coming out if it turns out to be an idea and not really a relationship. What if this just turns out to be a fluke? I'm 22 and I've never been into a guy ever, though I have dated a couple girls seriously and also had, excuse me, some hookups. Is it weird at my age to suddenly get into this guy? Biff?
No, I think one of the first things that popped into my head was, how do you know about this advice column? Did you just do a Google search and write gay advice columns because I need help?
That was my answer.
Like, why couldn't you ask Amy or ask
Well, I'm not going to ask a straight girl.
That's true. Well, I'm just saying, like, do you go out of your way to look for these things? Do you know that they exist already? Or do you go to the alternatives?
Well, oh, no. Okay. You're right. Sorry. Continue.
So that was just my curiosity question. But I don't think that it's odd to feel that way. And I think you're jumping the gun by saying that you need to come out. First of all, you don't need to come out ever, theoretically. You live how you want to live, and that's your choice. But my advice is to live your truth.
Right.
because it's so much less stressful. There's so much less anxiety
Speaking from
involved.
experience.
Yes.
You
And fear.
lived.
And,
Right.
you just kind of live your truth and fuck everyone else, to be honest.
Male or female.
Male or female. But I think talking about coming out, especially if this is true, that this is the first person you felt anything for, I think you're jumping the gun. Also, you don't need to come out. I said that already? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to come out or anything for any reason. Is it okay to see this person, sleep with this person, etc.? Well, I think that question isn't for Mr. Bear. It's for...
Well, it was, can I date, sleep, hang out with this person and not talk about it until I'm sure it's actually a thing?
Sure, if the other person agrees to it. You're not putting yourself in a position where you may or may not play with someone's emotions. If this other person does feel about you a certain way, the approach is, this is where I'm at. This is how I want to deal with it. Is this something you can get on board with? We need to know what the other person's situation is too. Are they, we know that they're attracted because they like him back, but do they,
Are they looking
are they
for a
out? Are
relationship?
they looking for something
Are
serious?
they okay with?
Right. 22 is so young.
Super young.
It's meant for you to explore your sexuality, I feel like.
Yeah, just
do what feels good.
Yeah.
As long as you're not harming anyone.
Because you're about to be an adult soon.
Right. And I wouldn't just go because I want to sleep with somebody. Go and sleep with them and lie to them. I would just be upfront. You have feelings for this person, clearly. Some sort of feeling. Sexual, romantic.
Definitely in the pants.
Definitely in the pants. I think that's my response. I think that's all I've got.
So let me play
devil's advocate.
Well, yeah, I guess, but not. So in the question it said, is it just a fluke? Do you think that's a thing?
I think it can be situational. I think it can be... Sexuality is so fluid. It's not a left, middle, right.
Right.
It's a spectrum.
Right.
You've got like totally straight, which I don't believe anyone is. Totally gay, which I don't believe anyone is. There's always that little curiosity ping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that helps kind of shape your sexuality in a way. There are people who discovered down the road who have been gay that they liked sleeping with a woman that they accidentally hooked up with when they were drunk. I think that is possible.
That's speaking from experience too, Beth.
No. 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 No, I jumped the gun. I went right for the kid.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's... what do you think?
Yeah, I think I agree with it being... It can definitely be like situational. You could be randomly attracted to one same-sex person and like never be attracted to someone of the same sex again.
Yeah, it's more of a question of chemistry, right?
Probably all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can have good chemistry with your buddies or you know what I mean? Like you don't have guy friends.
I was going to say me and my buddies, we did real good.
I was your buddies.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I feel like this is like way overthinking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I agree with you.
If you're like attracted and they clearly are back, just fucking
kind of talk to each other and
go with the flow.
Yeah.
And then if it gets to somewhere where you guys need to discuss things, then discuss them.
Yeah, worry about it when you have to worry about it.
Right.
Also, there's nothing to worry about.
Right. You're 12.
You're 12.
You can like guys also.
Right. And
still like
you're
girls.
of the generation where it's more accepted, so.
That's very true. However, this was
2015, you said?
Somewhere around there. That was the questions I was looking at.
So what, he's not even 30 yet? He's still a baby.
Very true. Yeah, this is a super long response.
Let's
see if we can.
Yeah.
Dear brave correspondent, as is my general predisposition, let's maybe strike some of the easier issues off the list first before we delve into the more complex. First, it's perfectly normal to find that the people to whom you're attracted might shift and especially might broaden over time. One of the things that can happen to us when we're teenagers and in our early 20s is that we can develop some ability to get past the preferences that our giant behemoth media culture imposes upon us about whom we are supposed to be attracted to. This is a good thing for two reasons. One, conscious resistance to media imperviate
Impervious.
no.
Oh.
Conscious resistance to media imperatives.
Yes.
I don't know why that was
imperatives. I like that one. I like imperatives better.
Recipe for a much more thoughtful and interesting life. And two, a lot of the people beyond a mainstream ideal of hotness are really high quality humans. Here's another easy one. You can figure the sex out. There are many ways to enjoy the tingly bits of another human with whom you share some intimacy, attraction, or fondness. As to sexual orientation, I'm skipping ahead. The news I have for you is that sexual orientation isn't one thing, but three: behavior, desire, and identity. For some people, those things are more or less in alignment most or all of the time. For others, that's not always the case. Whether you conceive of yourself as straight, gay, bi, queer, pansexual, asexual, or something new and festive that 41-year-olds haven't heard of yet, there's basically the same set of factors at work. Who you're getting with, who you'd like to be with, and who you're prepared to let people know about. At the moment, you're straight, identified, and your behavior has been hetero, but your current desire seems to be somewhat more bi or queer. It keeps going and going and going, but I think that's good. Yeah, I liked that from what we read.
Right, and if anything, we're just giving Mr. Bear more.
Right, go read
hers. Go finish reading it.
Yep. Yes, because it clearly gives good advice.
Oh yeah, no, we've read the whole things before. We had wine. Is that a good excuse? It's just an excuse.
No, we try to be aware of our time on podcasting.
That's right. And we have wine. Yeah, I don't dislike that response. I think that was perfect.
Yeah.
Acknowledge sexuality as a spectrum or three things.
Yeah, I liked that.
I did too.
That like just because you're identified as one way doesn't mean that the rest needs to follow suit.
Right. Yeah, I really don't have any follow-up to that other than I really liked that he said that, you identify as straight, your actions have been hetero, and right now what's in question is your attraction or, whatever, something to that effect. I like that too, because it shows you that you don't necessarily have to check all the boxes in any one column.
Right.
You know what I mean? To kind of have those feelings, and something I read maybe a year or two ago was like the idea of a bromance has like evolved.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's not just like, the guy that you used to like pound fists with at the frat house or take a shower with at the gym after practice, but like now they're snuggling or they're giving bro jobs or but these things have been a thing. Like they've existed before. They're just more
approved.
No, they're just more openly practiced. Yeah, because like people don't hide it.
Yeah. They're more accepted.
Yeah. So I think you might be overthinking it just in general. Bro jobs. It's a thing.
That's really funny.
Yep. So that's that.
Next.
Yuckst. This yuck is yuckst. Yuck's dick.
My friends say I can't take a joke.
Or a yuck, apparently. Yuck. I could go all night with this shit. Just go.
I just want you
Please
to.
read it.
No. Dear Bear, lately I have been wrestling over this question. I have been getting feedback from others. They say I am too easily and too often offended and can't take a joke. I do not agree with this assessment. This assessment offends me. That's not really what they wrote.
That's not what they wrote, but this assessment. I'm vitally angry.
Right. I do not agree with this assessment. But because I don't want to be the kind of person. But because I don't want to be that kind of person and the feedback is somewhat consistent, I'm willing to look at my own behavior and consider the possibility that it might be true. I think that you would also have an opinion about whether I am this way if I described the situations when I come across as humorless. I don't really want to, though. I'm looking for broad advice because this comes up a lot. People can be skilled at fooling themselves that they're one thing when in fact they are another. It's often done unconsciously and without malice, but it still happens. But at the same time, I am also aware that people will use their own standards and for their own reasons to define others. It's a question of how to discern the difference. Popular opinion is ambiguous, like the writing on the wall. Sometimes it tells us the hard truth that we need this.
Are they giving themselves an answer?
You can't take a joke. Sometimes it tells us the hard truth that we needed to know in order to change, but sometimes it's just a warped, distorted version that deserves no consideration. That was a mouthful. No pun intended. How can a person tell if changing because of popular opinion is growth or more akin to drinking the Kool-Aid?
Oh, akin.
More akin to drinking the Kool-Aid. I thought Aiken was kind of funny.
Yeah, like Clay Aiken.
How can a person tell if changing because of popular opinion is growth or more akin to drinking the Kool-Aid? Because you already said that you mostly agree. Or not mostly agree, but that you... Where did it say?
Can kind of see why.
It's somewhat consistent. The
Right.
feedback is I don't want to be this kind of person, and the feedback is somewhat consistent. So I think that kind of differs the Kool-Aid or the... Are these kids outside or are they like in my hallway?
They're probably right in your living room and we don't know. Can you guys hear them? Send us an email. Give us advice on how to deal with these fucking hoodlums. Hoodlums or hooligans?
Hoodlums.
Hoodlums. Hoodlums. Fuck it.
Is that Hoodlums with 2 O's?
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh my God. So I think that this is kind of one of those like 2-factor or 2-answer questions, right? Because you're actually willing to look inward because you're getting the same information from people. And I think that that's growth in itself, right?
Yeah, I agree.
You're like, like, oh, somebody keeps saying this to me. Like, right. I would like to know if this is really my problem or if something else is, whatever.
Yeah.
So taking action on that, the response to that is just, it's an evolution, right? You're kind of taking the steps
self-awareness.
Yeah. But then there is something to be said about people who react because they don't like how other people
they want to be liked.
Them. Yeah. Perfect. Actually, I couldn't have come up with the simplest words better myself because I'm fucking
an
stupid.
Overthinker.
Yes. I can't take a joke. And I'm gonna stomp, slam the fuck out of here right now. I'm just gonna finish this wine.
Take both. Because Because I didn't like the Whitehaven
I'll just
after my
pour it
Oyster
in the
Bay.
Oyster Bay bottle. Yeah, no, I am. I think that's. I don't think you're drinking the Kool-Aid by going off and making efforts toward your own growth and your own self-awareness.
Right. I think the important parts were that they can see that it was somewhat consistent, but also that they are acknowledging that like that's not the type of person that they want to be. Like even if they think that they are or not, the fact that they can kind of connect the two, like, hey, this is what I'm getting back. That seems pretty common. And also, I don't want to be that person. So I think that like is a huge difference versus like, oh my God, what if everyone just thinks that like I'm this uptight person
Right.
and like I don't want them to think that. So I'm gonna like pretend to be funny now.
Yeah, I think the key thing to remember here is you're going because you want to,
Right.
not because someone told you to. You want to know what it is about you that's so
Yeah.
off-putting
Like
and
the poor
understand
girl
that.
that got the nose job
Oh my God, poor thing. I can't.
because her boyfriend and he dumped her anyway.
I bet he did. I mean, that was
Fucking
what, a
cocksucker.
few years before we actually read it last week. So,
I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
Cocksucker.
Yeah, sock cucker. What do you think? Anything other than that? And I really don't think it's drinking the Kool-Aid. I think it's drinking the Kool-Aid if you're letting it affect your own perception of yourself. But if you're letting it, if all you're getting out
That's
of
why I
it is
pointed out that you're also acknowledging that like, hey, not only am I continuing to get this feedback, but I also that's not someone I want to be.
right. So you're taking the
think
steps to
that
kind of
is-
change it.
That's how a person tells if it is growth versus Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It's very adult to go down this route. I don't know how old you are or were when you wrote this.
Yeah.
But you're doing great for any age. So just keep moving forward. And maybe you'll find out that it's nothing. Maybe you'll find out that it's just a difference in preferences and you're not meant for that crowd that you're trying so hard to fit in.
Yeah. Maybe
Speaking from experience.
Maybe you're a closet Karen and it'll be great if you change.
Yeah. Agreed. Because you're not getting that Starbucks for free because you got an extra pump of mocha.
Fuck Starbucks.
See? You already fucked up, bro.
Karen.
Oh, what does Mr. Bear say?
Okay. Dear brave correspondent, per your request, I'm going to address myself to the question of changing one ways based on feedback from others. First, I'm reserving myself the right to a few words about the trope of the humorless feminist there toward the end, though.
Huh? Pardon?
But before any of that,
Oh, good. We're coming back to that.
I want to say that I think that it's difficult and brave to grapple with the idea of your own flaws and
Fornicate.
foibles.
Foibles?
Foibles.
Foibles?
Foibles. Foibles.
Fwobbles? Is that French, Cletus?
Wobble.
F-O-I?
I want you fobble.
B-
Fobble.
Flubble, flubble, flubble.
Foibles.
They have
If
to
it's
tolerate each other's little
Foibles.
foibles.
Is there an
A
enunciation?
minor weakness or eccentricity in someone's character. Let's see. Foible.
Foible.
Fwobbles. I like fwobbles better.
Oh, fobble.
That was really loud. I'm sorry. I don't know if they could hear it. Probably not.
Or your own.
Fwobbles.
I thought you were gonna play that thing again. That would have been hysterical.
Go on. Oh, they can't hear it.
Grapple with the idea of your own flaws and
foible.
With an eye toward the possibility of making a change. I'm also a person who's often thinking about how to do better, Okay, we didn't ask you, Bear. As to the people you know and whether changing due to popular opinion is growth or buckling to peer pressure, it depends. What it depends upon, I'm sure you won't be surprised to hear, is the quality and qualities of the people who are giving you this feedback. What
Oh,
are their
sure.
politics? To what degree have they examined their own assumptions and privilege before they start telling you how you should be in the world? Are these people who know you intimately over time? When questioned, are they able to explain whether this is something they think would be good for you as a person, or is it just a case of you'd fit in better around here if you were more like everyone else? You think that's good? Because this is 7 paragraphs. And we just read
I think
3.
it's a good start.
I feel like that was a long, very used a lot of weird words way to say what we said.
Yes.
Right?
I did like that he pointed out the caliber of the quality of the people.
Yes, I agree.
Which is something we didn't think of. And one of the reasons why we're doing this is to kind of think outside the box.
Right. For me, I assumed that it was like friends. If you're getting consistent feedback, it's because for me,
I mean, you guys told me all the
like
time, like, to lighten up. It only took me 20 years, but
we still tell you.
You still told me.
Smoked this weed.
No, I've got a whole fucking broomstick up my ass. I'm not going. It's not happening.
Yeah, Biff don't drink Kool-Aid.
No.
He drinks something else.
Vino.
We know.
Ew, Winos. Big Winos. D's nose. Big
Winos.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad advice for Mr. Bear. Although I do have to say, I'd really appreciate if Mr. Bear could keep it down to 2 or 3 paragraphs. I mean, it's a good read. It's a great read, actually. It's very informative. It gets technical and helps you kind of understand more. But for the purposes of this podcast, we have to kind of condense it. However, we do have time for more. No, you need to go to the next question.
I need to make sure that I have plenty of time for my question, Beth.
Did you finally think of your question,
No.
Beth? Oh, I thought that's what that look was. I have a question.
I have questions. I have questions. I love
Ladies
her.
and gentlemen, us. Raise the curtain. No audience.
I'm debating on if I want to ask the kind of questions you're anticipating.
I'm not anticipating any type of question that I'm going to love. So
exactly.
I'm anticipating the run, bitch. Run.
Oh, see, I told you I was waiting for you to finish your glass.
I did.
Look at that.
Now I got another one.
Looky that.
That looky.
Looky that. This is difficult for me because I know I don't have much questions left that I don't know.
It's true.
So I'm trying to think of one that might be interesting for our listeners. One that they're like, just ask them.
Right?
Does butt sex feel like Skittles in a saute pan?
No. Well, that was a great question, Beth. Thank you so much.
That wasn't my question.
I'm sorry, it was.
Could you?
Should I?
Could.
But would
you? Okay.
I wish I had hold music
How old
for
are you
our listeners. It's like
my hand gestures weren't enough for you?
For me, they were fine. But for our listeners, I'm thinking an instrumental of mbop, Doom, 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 doom.
Remember music. When we thought they were gross? Because we were
Yeah.
like 8 and they were like 8.
I really did think one of them was a girl.
I honestly don't think I knew.
The middle one, I think. I think that they're the middle one because of the difference in height. There was like teeny tiny, and then there was a middle one that looked like a girl, and there was the tall one.
I remember the taller, like more lankier one.
Yeah, toes lanky.
He had like the emo hair, kind of.
Yeah.
Like split down the middle. His part was down the middle, and his hair would like cover both sides of his face.
You're talking about the one with the long hair?
Yeah.
The long blonde hair?
I thought his was a little bit darker.
Yeah, there's one that was darker. But the one that had the part down the middle was the middle one.
Blonde one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was the older, tall one.
No.
The lankier.
The other tall one had like messy hair.
Didn't they all have long hair?
Khakis? I don't know. I think the 2 younger ones did, or shorter ones.
I thought they all did, and that's why I thought they were sisters at first.
They are.
I have questions. Speaking of questions.
Oh, right.
How open are you feeling?
How open am I feeling?
About your personal stuff. Obviously, I know things to obviously not ask on air, but like sexuality wise, or like
on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at a good 8.
Okay, worst case scenario, we'll rewind and cut the question.
Guys, we'll rewind and cut the question.
And I'll think of something else.
Welcome back. The question she asked was not great.
You motherfucker.
We didn't cut anything. We didn't rewind anything. We just kept going.
So that makes me feel
I'm
better.
literally paving the way for my questions.
Knowing that we can just fucking rewind and delete it. Because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to offend you. Or like, I don't want to.
There's nothing more offensive than your bra wearing a skirt spilling out in front of me.
You're offended by these titties?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Just
what?
I just really wanted to say your bra's wearing a skirt. Because you're wearing one of those like bustier, busty.
I'm aware
chesty.
That my tank top doesn't fit. Thank you very much.
That was not what I meant.
You're calling it a bra. That means it's...
What I'm saying is that it's that low cut type of like shirt, and then you've got the flowy bottom of it.
Yes.
It wasn't meant to be an insult. It was just a little joke.
My friends say I can't take a joke.
Wow. You should write into Mr. Bear.
My sister,
if you're ready for a diatribe.
My sister. Yeah, I he's great. I just can't do it myself.
Yeah.
Personally. Even if it was my own question.
I think there are some of them that are really good if you keep reading them.
Oh, I'm sure. He's definitely
thorough.
Hits the
He's thorough. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Your question. Because I lost the Pepsi challenge.
Say you met the man of your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Could you strictly bottom for the rest of your life for the man of your dreams?
No.
Even if it meant breaking up?
Hold on. I don't know if I have an answer to that. I think...
Are you squirming?
No, I'm not squirming. I'm thinking because... Actually, I might be squirming because my head's so fucking itchy and these headphones are underneath
Take your hat off.
I really should. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh, that feels so good.
Now you know how I feel with no bra on.
Just put a skirt on under your boobs.
That's what my swimsuits look like.
My blanket statement for this. Not a blanket statement. That's stupid.
That doesn't make sense.
Not a blanket statement. I think my sexuality in a relationship is more chemistry than it is predisposition. You know what I mean? Like I've molded to my relationships a little bit. And I think that you need
Well,
to be
relationships are give and take, so
right.
that makes sense.
But you're not giving it all. Like it would be to me like somebody who's more versatile and like that's my ideal. You know what I mean? Like let's both have fun. Let's both like please each other and like explore each other and just be sexually ravenous, you know? And that's my ideal. However, I know that that's not the case for everyone. I've dated other tops, other top verse, other verse. I've dated bottoms and verse bottoms and it never came down to sex being an
Verse
issue.
meaning
Like
either or.
right. So the verse is like I'm in the middle, here I am. Then you've got your verse bottom who's like I'll top here and there or I'll be
If
more
I have
aggressive.
to.
Right.
Or if that's what you're wanting.
Right. And your verse top, who everyone knows is just a bottom. No, no. Your verse top who's like, you know, my bottom or be more submissive every once in a while. You know, so
But their preference is.
they have their preferences and where they go, but it doesn't mean that that's where they're at.
I guess I'm trying to specify what verse means.
Verse is like, I can go either way. There's no.
So like verse top means what?
Like I tend to lean more toward topping, but I could be more submissive and or
open
no to being a bottom. Intended. Yes. Or like, you know,
or
hot dog down a hallway. So yeah, I think that's how I feel about relationships in general. So if I found the man of my dreams, if Chris Evans came knocking on my door and
I was literally just going to say, what if it was like a guy who was previously straight and met you and instantly was like, oh my God, I'm in love. And I'm also the man of your dreams. However, I've never had a peen in my entire life. So I'm not gonna right now, but I'm the man of your dreams. So we're gonna be together. Can you deal with being the bottom?
My response to that one man in particular?
If it was Chris Evans.
Oh, my response is still the same.
Yes.
No,
I do.
the response is, yeah, we'll play around, but we can't be together. I'm your first dude. I don't think so.
But I meant like the feeling, it just like it was like this once in a lifetime moment where you just knew that that's your forever man and he felt the same.
Yeah.
What if he had a physical issue and didn't even have a butthole no more?
How did you say that without dying?
Because I finally found a scenario where you had to be the bottom.
I honestly don't. I don't think there'd be an issue.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, and I think another part of that is, and we've discussed this on our podcast, and just between the two of us also, but like sexually, I'm more about pleasing the other person.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's a big factor.
But
for this specific situation, at least.
But, and again, this is not something I'm proud of, but I will bring it up again. That one married man, he was a strict top. He had never done anything else. He's like the most is like, you know, some dude motorboated his butt cheeks.
Tongue punched his
and we box. Hooked up for a little while. I hope he stopped, and I hope he stayed faithful to his wife after he stopped.
You dirty Sanchez.
That's racist.
You're Hispanic.
You dirty Smith.
It had to be Smith, right?
It had to be Smith. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I think I'd be okay with that. I think I would be. But again, I wouldn't know until I was in the actual situation.
So I have to assume that it's completely different pleasures, I guess.
First of all, I need to say that this is a really good gay pride question.
Thanks.
Yes, it's very good. It wasn't probably your initial intent coming in.
No, I actually finally was like, oh wait, I really want to know this myself.
Well, there is, as you know, a current potential for that to be there on the table, right? Did that sound right?
Yes,
Yes.
but I also know what you're talking about, so maybe not to. It makes sense, I think.
Well, right. How I said, like right now,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm in a position where that might actually be the case. It might also not be because of
You met Chris
discussions.
Evans?
Yes, that's right. And
Does he know Tom
he's,
Hardy?
um, yes,
Is Tom Hardy
indirectly.
finally taller than 5'8"?
Is really that short?
I'm pretty sure it's literally 5'8",
Oh
and
my God.
my vagina fell off that day.
It dried up. It shriveled and you
It
left it on the table.
Yeah, it's a grape somewhere in my purse.
Ew. Ew, Stephanie's raisin. Yuck. Yuck. Yeah.
Anyways, what I was saying is my assumption is that that's two complete different pleasures.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, I obviously wouldn't know what to compare that to, but
You know what the problem is? No, it's not a
not
problem.
having a penis.
Or a prostate.
Right.
But I hear
And
women can get
also,
off from anal sex. And so
I hear it also. I
I
just
hear it's
almost
like some of
said
the best
someone.
orgasms you've had as a female.
If it's the same, and I just almost said "ooh" by accident.
Oh my God.
Um,
I won't say a thing. Not a thing.
um, so you think that you could? I mean, I
Well, I mean,
not knowing which, if they're comparable, if whatever. I'm assuming you've experienced both, so being able to give up one just seems like a really big deal.
no, it is. I'm going to agree with you. It is a big deal. And and traditionally in my relationships, I'm the top, the verse top. My last relationship, it was like an 80-20 split, maybe even 90-10.
You were 80-90
Me,
top.
I was like the 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and so, but every once in a while, it was like,
Hey, my turn, or like
oh no, it
just
was
that's
definitely,
just
hey, my turn. It wasn't like your turn. You know what I mean? It was, hey, my turn.
oh.
Yeah. But it's just like sometimes you just, I guess it's going to take another guy to kind of really understand it too. It's just, there's something sexy about a flip. There's
Yes.
something so sexy about it.
Yes, there is.
And that's something that, you know, the guy I'm currently dating, I've been very clear about that. And I've said if there's any hope for us, that's got to be on the table like a
Sometimes.
little bit of the time. Yeah. I'll give it another shot. Okay. Great. You know what I mean? Have we talked about it since? No. Have we had actual sex? No. Have we fooled around? Of course. Can't wait that long.
Duh.
But I also didn't plan to date him. So let's put that out there into the world. I don't know. It's just, it's a different dynamic altogether. I've dated tops who have tried being bottoms and ended up enjoying it. I've dated tops who would just, they're like, oh, you're going to get off. It's fine. And they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Which in turn I can't because now they're not pleased.
Do you think that's kind of the difference between your willingness versus like, like the guy you just spoke about, where he said like, I mean, maybe I'll be open to thinking about trying it again, versus you're just kind of like, I mean, yeah, if we obviously have to like figure things out, but I'm open. Do you think the difference there would be more along your want to please the other person sexually
I don't think
versus
I understand. So, like, am I more open?
are you more open to it
because
because you enjoy the other person's pleasure,
yes,
pleasuring the other
yes,
person?
that's an absolute 100%. I don't have to think about it. Yes.
So you think the other person is like less about your pleasure?
No, and that's why this current circumstance is so fucking frustrating. It's
It
actually the only
must
reason it's
be
frustrating is because we actually fight in the midst of fooling around over it's
to get the
get
person
the other person off. I've
without.
yet to win,
Huh.
like to beat them. You know what I mean? Like when I'm done usually. Like I'm like, we're done.
Can't keep going.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm a typical man.
I'm rolling over now and going to
That's right.
sleep.
But luckily that pleasing me gets him off. So then he's like, okay, now I'm done. Like maybe 20 seconds after me.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to fake anything. So
Right.
at all. I don't have to fake anything at all.
That is interesting to learn.
Yeah.
Side note.
Yeah,
that
I didn't
men
tell you.
fake it.
Yes.
We didn't know you could.
We can. We can.
Because
After
you
all is said and done.
Ejaculate. You can't fake.
We're just like, are you done yet? Because we finished. That's our faking.
Oh. Right, like I'm not still enjoying this.
Right.
I'm just waiting for you to be done.
My shit's sensitive and you're just, can you please just rub yourself?
Now you're just being rude.
Hold on, let me go get the flag.
Flag?
Yeah, the white flag, like I surrender.
Oh, I was like, what twist do you use?
Sorry, I was thinking, internalizing. It's what I do.
You just say words.
And no, my thoughts think words. My head says words, my mouth just delivers them.
Got it.
Whatever. I can't. See what I mean?
No, at all. That one was beyond me.
Do you see? Perfect example. Yeah, no, I don't think it would be something that would be off-putting. However, a flip. God damn it.
My question was if it wasn't going to be off-putting or not. My question was for the rest of your life.
Could I do it?
Yeah.
If I was in love with this person and that was our dynamic, I think I could.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I can't say I expected that.
Well, that's how I started off. I started off bottoming and then I was like, no.
We're all done here.
No, put that away. You're in trouble. I don't know. The circumstances are always different.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, there are some things like you might fight somebody who wants to, get in your bulkhead.
Is that my back door?
Your back door.
Bulkhead.
Your bulkhead. Somebody who wants to get in there and you're like, no. And then he knows how to do it right. And you're like,
oh my God.
All right.
Never again.
Never again. Or don't put it in there after you've put it in there.
Yeast infection.
Right. Might as well use flavored lube. Like,
don't put it in there after you put it in there.
Right. So I think that is my answer. I knew you were going to write that down. Oh. So we're at the top of the hour, past the top of the hour.
I figured.
But that was actually some interesting pride conversation. I will say that this will not be the focus for the month.
I was going to say, can we please not?
No, can't. That month, mental health month killed me. I'm still scarred. And I hope that it actually, honest to God, I hope it helped somebody. That's why we did it. That's why we did it.
We had one.
At least.
That said.
That we know of.
Right. That reached out. Because y'all motherfuckers don't.
Yeah, no, it's if we can help one person, we've done it right. Yeah. And that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
But Stephanie called you guys out. Send us your questions. Do you want advice? Do you want to recommend? Do you want to give us the biggest critiques in the world?
Please.
We're open to all of them. You've been illadvised@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook and Instagram at
Ill-Advised the podcast.
And if you don't like what we have to say, well, you can just
talk to your therapist.
But not your mom.
Because she's gonna tell you what to do anyway.
And they get mad at you when you don't do it. Because it's my mom.
She'll also call you a couple names.
That's right. Asshole, motherfucker, son of a bitch.
Stupid.
Yeah, that one too. I wish. Guys, we love you. Your butt looks great in those jeans. Your moo-moo is not a moo-moo. It is just a wonderful drape. Am I missing anything there, Beth?
Just bang him.
Just bang him. And her.
Just bang them.
Yeah. Go for all of them.
Go for the blow.
And
with Johnny Depp.
And with Johnny Depp.
Go for Johnny Depp.
Yeah, you heard. And thank you so much for listening.
You've been ill-advised.